Hello, doing a quick recording here of Fortnite Chapter 2, Season 2. We are playing on an RX 570 paired with the Intel Xeon E5 2650v2. It is an 8-core, 16-thread CPU. And yeah, the visual settings that we are playing on here today, 1920 by 1080p, pro settings, epic view distance, everything else set to low or off. And yeah, we are running DirectX 11, but yeah, that's pretty much what we're running here today is an 8-core, 16-thread CPU paired with the RX 570 4GB. And we are testing Fortnite in Team Rumble. Again, I just find Team Rumble is a very good way to test out the performance from, performance on the system in terms of you can play, like right now, we landed with no one around us. This is like simulating solos and duos. But as we move closer into the zone, and as we continue the recording in Team Rumble, I don't know, the zone gets smaller, whatever, we'll have a lot more players around us, so that will kind of simulate those end game scenarios if you are looking to play Fortnite more competitively. You can see the frame rate is very solid on this system here. I find Fortnite scales really well with cores, so that's why I really like using these Xeon CPUs here. You can see right now indoors around 200 FPS, which is pretty insane. Obviously, we didn't land in a very busy area. Kind of forgot I was doing this recording. Just dropped and realized I was on the ground already. So, yeah. Overall, I'd say the performance on the system, it'll be really, really smooth. You'll expect kind of 120 FPS plus. And right now you can see it's at like 200, 190, but that's because we are indoors. So, yeah, I'm just going to quickly grab a little bit more loot and we'll start running to the next zone. Here, I'll quickly get a little bit of materials and I'll build a little bit just so you guys can see that my building skills are not not good really, but it does edit pretty smoothly here. Well, actually very, very smoothly. You can see in the top left hand corner of the screen, I do have the frame rate and frame time graphs there, so you can see as I move my character around, that bottom graph there is the FPS graph. And yeah, that is basically going to show you whether or not you have any stutter, lag, or hiccups like that. There'll be big pulsations in that graph, and so far it's really, really smooth. Frame rate, yeah, see it goes down to about 100, 120 in some parts. But the key is it's extremely smooth. The 8-core processor gives you very good 1% low numbers. So overall, I'd say it's a really solid experience. And yeah, I'm just going to play it out here. I'll do my best not to die. And yeah, I will apologize that there may be some, crackles in the recording. That just, I don't know, from my recording settings or something I don't have configured properly on my test drive here. It just ruins the recording audio. I don't know if it's going to happen this recording, but that's one thing that I hate about doing these test recordings is that it doesn't always work perfectly on my end. The game itself runs really, really smoothly, and the audio, of course, is fine in game, but it's just, I don't know how the recording turns out. But yeah, I thought I'd just mention that there in case you're wondering, what's that occasional crackle sound there. Alright, I think we are pretty far from the zone. I think I'm just going to have to, it's pretty sad to say, but we're just going to have to build up, jump, and reset. And we will load into the next kind of busy section. And yeah, that's one thing I love about Team Rumble is you can reset really quickly like that. Alright, we will be landing in now. Okay, this is actually going to be a pretty good spot to test. I always find these open water areas around Misty Meadows here to be pretty demanding. Also around Lazy Lake. I almost said Loot Lake, but that's the old Fortnite map. So yeah, around Misty Meadows here as well, around Lazy Lake, I find is pretty demanding on the system there. I have no idea why. Just with all the systems I've tested over the last year or two, it's like every time in that spot, it's always been pretty demanding there. Alright, there's a chest here. I guess we will grab that. Why not? Nothing too special there. We can pop our minis. We'll just pop our minis. And of course, if you guys have any questions throughout this recording, you can always feel free to reach out. I'd be happy to answer any of those for you. Add a little bit more clarity. But yeah, overall, I'm really impressed with this performance here. I didn't initially think I was going to use these 8-core CPUs. I had them for another project in mind. I used them back in December. They worked really well for me and really well for the people that bought these kind of systems, just because, yeah, they were able to play Fortnite really smoothly. And of course, if you're getting a smooth, consistent frame rate and you're not getting any stutter or lag, it's gonna be a good experience there. See if we can't grab this loot crate here. Golden pistol, nothing too exciting. I mean, we could grab it over the sniper. It's not the worst thing in the world. Let's see if we can't find any players. Alright, looking over this open map area above 100 FPS consistently at the moment. See if I can't spawn anybody here. Alright, there was one tiny stutter there, and that did come up in the frame time graph. Alright, I do see someone there. Pistol's pretty decent, actually. Alright, there's another stutter there. All good things to pick up. I think the audio is going to get destroyed right now. Just because, yeah, my disk usage was at 100% there, and that, yeah, I don't know, it's just my test drive. It's kind of like hardware that it doesn't work for me, I always use for myself, because I can deal with little hiccups, but I don't want to sell, obviously, something that doesn't work properly. Come on, why? There we go. Okay, we're going to go back up this direction here. Looking over the valley. Oh, the frame rate dropped to like 80 for a second there. Interesting. But yeah, this will perform a lot better in my opinion than that E5 1620v2. Especially if you ever want to do basic live streaming while gaming as well. You do get that better multi-core performance. Well, of course, you are doubling the cores. The clock speed is a little bit lower. We are running at 3 gigahertz across all 8 cores, 16 threads. Alright, let's see where this guy's going to land. But yeah, overall, I'd say it is definitely an upgrade you can consider. Oh my goodness, I feel like we're getting shot from all directions. Oh my god. Yeah, I'm not too great at Fortnite here. We'll just continue playing it out a little bit more. Get an idea of how the system will perform here. I think Team Rumble is like a worst case scenario. That's why I'm testing it in terms of like what's the lowest frame rate you can expect, just because you are surrounded by a ton of different, a ton of players here. So it is a very, very dense test. Let's see if this guy's up on the roof. Oh my goodness. This guy knows how to hit the trigger, and clearly I can't hit my shots, so that is unfortunate. And yeah, I think we're gonna have to, we can pretty much end the recording here shortly. I think we've tested it out pretty well. Yeah, flying above here, 78 frames per second, not ideal at all, especially in a very busy scenario like this. You would probably hope for like, can I at least get 100, but I mean, you have to work with what you got here. And yeah, we're just showing the performance of what you can expect with a system like this. Here, let's see if we can't clean up this guy. Well, that is one way to reset there. And yeah, we're getting about, in my task manager, it says we're at about 70% GPU usage, which is kind of interesting. Seems pretty, seems pretty reasonable for what we are, experiencing here. It doesn't look like anyone else dropped up here where we're at. But yeah, I will end the recording here. Of course, if you guys have any questions, you can feel free to reach out. But again, we were testing the Fortnite Pro settings, Epic View Distance, everything else set to off or low. And of course, you can increase the visual settings here. And for a lot of games, like even like Call of Duty Warzone, what else is there? Apex Legends, and all those other kind of AAA title-ish games, you can play at those medium to high settings, like 75 FPS on average, 1080p, which will result in a really nice gaming experience. And I will end it there. If you guys have any questions, you can always feel free to reach out. Thanks.